Hey there, welcome back to 21 Boom, your training partner, right? On demand, guys. So Coach McCoy here, and take a look. I'm doing some myofascial prep. It's a great place to start. Just gonna kind of calm your muscles down. It's kind of like a little self-massage, so it feels great, right? Always a good thing to do prior to movement. Could be prior to cardio, prior to tennis, prior to anything that you're doing, right? Strategic movement. So take a look at our on-demand resources, and we go over how to execute myofascial prep. But today we are rolling right along with your strategic movement program, our strategic movement program, right? So we want to make sure that you have an idea of how to personalize the program. We always want to do that, right? So 21 Boom, our authentic mechanism are the milestones. So I want to take a couple seconds and just make sure that all of you kind of know where you are, and then we'll get into this session, okay? So it's week 2 of Whiteface. We'll get into everything very soon, but let's just take a quick look at this. And tell you what, let me just get the clock started. Got to make sure we have a rough idea where we are, right? So I got the clock started. You guys also have, water, towel, you have some tools, maybe some kettlebells, some bands, all that good stuff. This is like your first session. You don't need any equipment. I'll kind of give you guys an idea of the options available to you based upon where you are. So let's check this out. So let's have you guys lie on your back. We'll go through this very quickly, okay? We're not going to go through all 21 milestones. All right, that's probably, a pretty good reason why we named, the organization 21 Boom, right? 21 represents the 21 milestones that personalize the movement experience. So milestone number 1, it's the foundation, right? So we got to make sure you have this hip core sequencing. So lying on your back, arms under your side, keep your legs locked, tuck your toes aggressively, and then without bending either leg, slowly bring one leg up as far as you can. So if you get to about 45 degrees, that's about there, right? Get to about, 70 degrees, might be right about there. 90 degrees, about there, right? So we're looking for at least, we want you to be at least 70 degrees for proficiency on an active straight leg raise. This is just going to prove that you have that hip core sequencing, and the other side, right? So do both of those. Now let's have you go ahead and stand, and you guys can take a look at this more in the on-demand resources, but I want to just go through it today. So now give me a single leg stance. So one leg is bent at knee at 90 degrees, hip at 90 degrees, and just hold that there for like 5 or 10 seconds. If you're all over the place, you're probably not proficient, right? If you've got stability, and notice that I'm out of my shoes, we want to train out of our shoes because your feet are more alive. Good, so that's your milestone number 2. Milestone 3 is just a simple toe touch, right? Do you have a toe touch or not? That's simple. If you don't, let's correct it. If you have it, great stuff. Milestone number 4 is posture. So if your posture is good, like you're in neutral spine and you live in neutral spine, that's awesome. If your posture is not so good, we want to improve that. Milestone 5 is shoulder mobility. So let's do hands out, thumbs inside, clench your fist. Go into a T, one up, one under. Try to get your hands as close as you can. If your hands are within 1.5 hand lengths, then you're okay. You'd want to do both sides to make sure that there's balance between the two. Milestone 6 is thoracic rotation. So if you were to sit down so that your hips are locked, if you were to grab a dowel and put it on your back and rotate, you would be able to give us more than 45 degrees worth of rotation in both directions. Milestone 7 is your ankle mobility. So your ankle mobility could be problematic as identified in a squat, but if you wanted to isolate that out, you'd put your toe about 4 inches, well, not about, 4 inches from the wall. You could also do the width of a wrist, but 4 inches from the wall, toe is exactly at that 4-inch mark. Slowly bring the knee forward, and you want your knee to be able to touch that wall without your heel coming up. That's your ankle mobility. And then milestone 8, of course, is your squat, right? Being able to give us a squat stance, arms directly above your head. Give us the deepest squat you can. And if you can't give us a proficient squat, you'd want to correct it. Milestone 9 is a 25% of your body weight loaded squat for 5 reps. Milestone 10 is a 5-minute crawl. Milestone 11, kettlebell skills. And milestone 12 is a body composition change. Wow. So that's just 12. So really cool stuff, transforming the body. So we've got about I don't know, 3.5 minutes already down. And I hope that gives you a little idea of where you are on the milestones. Let's go ahead and get into this session. Now, these sessions are designed for milestone 10 and higher. It means it's designed for that. You could be lower. We just want to make sure that you are not, going to injure yourself and, just doing smart things. All right, so let's do it. Come on, let's get the show on the road. I'm pumped. You guys ready to go? Let's do it. Join me, your training partner. Let's do this. Come on, let's have you guys lie on your back, breathe and relax, and let's just kind of dial in the central nervous system. Just relax and breathe. Let all that tension go. Good. And we are going to start with some wake-up drills. So stay with me here. We're going to do zone 1, digging into the sternum. We had a great week last week. We're going to progress this week. Good. Now I want you to dig underneath your ribs. If you've never done this before, again, it's kind of like a broken record, but go to the on-demand resources. Learn how to do this stuff, guys. This is how to exercise. Most people don't know how to, so we want to move the body naturally. And wake-up drills are a big part of neural connectivity, right? Really cool stuff. Good, so that's your diaphragm. Now let's go to the psoas. So find your belly button, go 1 inch over, 1 inch down, push in at a 45, tiny little circles. Put the other hand on top so you can dig deeper. Breathe, wake that psoas up. Good, let's hit the other side. Belly button, 1 inch over, 1 inch down, push in. Good. Dig so it hurts a little bit. That's it, take your thumbs, base of the skull, and dig laterally. Good. I'll bet there's a resource in the on-demand resources for this, guys. Get into that. Breathe. You should know what you're doing. You guys are going to think about the hours that you guys are going to exercise for the rest of your life. It's probably a good idea to step up on progressiveness. Last one. Let's go ahead and raise the legs. Try to chop the inside of the legs. Good. And this is a you participate with us session, so you should not be just watching me. All right. Let's do some rolling patterns. So get into some neural resets. So let's go one leg up across your body, look in that direction, and use your deep core to slowly roll. Good. This is going to really help with milestone 2, reflexive core stability. So if this is your first session, you should be getting a bunch of core stability exercises in. Let's do upper body. So you are going to bring one arm to the ceiling. Head is going to come off the ground. Arm across your body and look in that direction. Now relax your legs and slowly roll. Breathe. Doesn't that feel so good? Love rolling patterns. So just give me any kind of rolling pattern you want. A couple more here. Breathe. Good. Now since we're going to be doing some deadlifting today, let's go ahead and go into a bridge when you're on your back. So let's do like 5 reps of a regular bridge. Breath in sequence. Full range of motion. I want clean movement, right? Exercise is not about intensity. In fact, exercise in general can injure you. It's actually pretty common. But there are 3 avenues of injury. One is going to be volume. The other is going to be intensity, and the other is going to be dysfunction. So the milestones really address dysfunction perfectly, right? So you can identify and you can correct. That's really important. Next up, let's do some aggressive, explosive bridges. So give me quick drive to the top, little pause at the top. Good. Drive to the top, pause at the top. Good. And then the last one, let's do a bunch of ballistic bridges. So feet are coming off the ground and pop those hips. So anyway, so the milestones address dysfunction, which is really obviously very helpful because most people don't know that they have issues until you assess that. Well, they know it, but they don't really like identify it, and they certainly don't correct it, right? And then of course with volume and intensity, those are very easily managed. Good. All right, nicely done. All right, let's go ahead and get some hip rocks in. Chest is proud, knees are wide, toes are together. And now let's add in that hip rock. We're just getting you guys warmed up. It's called a smart start. Typically, you don't want to just start exercising at, really any intensity. You want to be smart about how your body's connected, how you're feeling. Good. Let's do some single leg out to the side, chest proud. I typically cue this foot down, toe up. Up north, not to the ceiling. Good, and really feel the adductor, get that stretch in there. Good, let's hit both sides of that. That feels so good. Those get really tight. That hip area gets really tight from sitting. So, you know, in our society, we sit a lot, right? All right, let's do a quick little pigeon pose. So one leg up, chest proud. And I personally like pigeon poses. They're just an amazing little movement. Love adding in a side-to-side head nod. Breathe. Good. Let's hit both sides on that. Good. Body should be feeling a little better at this point, right? Feeling like it's ready to rock and roll. Good. Let's do some thoracic rotation here. Chest is proud because we're going to be doing some push pressing today. So let's try to mobilize the shoulders a little bit. Give me 5 of those. Good. Then hit the other side. Excellent job. And let's just mobilize the hips just a little bit more. Let's go to tabletop. Chest is proud. And let's bring one foot up to that opposite hand and just get a really good stretch here. Little lizard lunge. Chest proud as best you can. You might even get up on your fingertips. You might even have a yoga block if your mobility is not great. Now you're really feeling that stretch in there. Good. Let's go to the other side. Just kind of go back and forth, right? Let the hips sink down. Good. And breathe. Whew. You can feel that. And then go back and forth a couple times. Now, if you want to add a little spice to this, bring your back knee off the ground. If you want to add that rotation in, bring that hand that is close to the foot up and reach to the ceiling. Good. And go back and forth on that part. There it is. Let's just kind of work here a little bit. Back and forth. Come on. Stay with me. Back and forth. Good, excellent. All right, tell you what, let's take that right into a little crawl. How about this? Let's do, you guys up for a 1 minute crawl? Come on, let's do it. Let's do a 1 minute crawl. Come on, get down on the ground. This is a leopard crawl, right? You guys should know this. This is milestone 10. We want a 5-minute leopard crawl out of you to prove core stability. That's going to decrease your risk of injury. So we're just doing a minute right now. You should be able to break a minute out, no problem. Now, is this going to be easy? No. But I don't think anybody's looking for easy with an exercise program. And I don't really care because I want you to love how you feel when you're done. That's the whole point. We want to love how we feel when we're done. We want to be the best version of ourselves. Oh yeah, we want to look great too, right? We want to perform well. Good. You only have 10 seconds left. Staying low and long with that crawl. 5 seconds and we're going to get up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And stand with good form, neutral spine. Good, shake it out. All right. So we're at 12 on the clock. That means that we are 8 minutes into this thing. Let's do some big backstrokes in a pool. That's it. I'm definitely feeling like my body temperature is up a little bit. Kind of getting ready to roll. Thinking about what we're going to be doing here. If you join me for week 1 of Whiteface, week 2 is very similar. We might use different loads. We might do different exercises based upon your skills, right? Let's do a little shoulder stretch. So just hug that arm. Should feel all of that in the shoulder. Let's do the both sides. Good. Let's do a little cross crawl. Just kind of loose. Just kind of waving side to side. Nice and controlled. Lifting the knees. Good. How about Rockettes walk? Long leg tap. Good, right? Bring that leg up as far as you can. You're going to feel backside on this. This is going to help us with all that deadlifting we're going to do. Because we are going to focus on single leg deadlifting again today. Good. And so let's do that first exercise in this mix. If you don't have equipment, if you don't have skills, this is what I want you to start with. Chest is proud, neutral spine. Give me a single leg RDL, Romanian deadlift. just pattern this aggressive hip hinge. Super good stuff. So you'll get so much out of what we are doing. We call it strategic movement. We're not just guessing. We know what works. So doing what works, moving the body the way the body is designed to move, right? That's important, because this is really the definition of strategic movement. So number one, it's personalized, right? That's important. Strategic movement is personalized to you, and that's where the milestones come in. Let's hit the other side of that single leg RDL. Number two, it's body friendly. That's important, right? You don't want to do stuff that hurts your joints, right? I always tell a story about my powerlifting friends, and they all have one thing in common. What do my powerlifting friends have in common? They all have joint pain. So if you're looking for joint pain, powerlift. Good luck. Have fun with that. Good. And the final thing that's strategic movement in terms of the definition is that it is science-based, right? This is different than, let's just say, what we were doing 30 years ago. 30 years ago, we were following like bodybuilding principles. Well, bodybuilding principles, that's a sport. It's not science. All right, good. Excellent. Shake that out a little bit. That's going to be your first exercise if you don't have equipment. The second exercise, if you don't have equipment or if you don't have skills, is going to be a leopard push-up. So let's do that. Let's do that leopard push-up. So let's go ahead and go to the ground. Do this with me. We're just kind of practicing here. And I want you guys to give me a high plank, right? Legs, comfortably, spaced. Sit back into your hips and then into your push-up, right? Into your hips, into your push-up. Back and forth. That's it. You got it. So that's a leopard push-up. That's a great exercise for those of you who don't have skills or you don't have equipment. If that's a problem for you, if your fitness level is not quite there, just give us a high plank hold for a duration, okay? And then finally in this little mix of exercises that we're going to be doing is some kind of pull. Now, we also have the ability for us to do chin-ups, which I think I'll do. Again, I did that week 1. But if you don't have a chin-up, then I want you guys to grab a band and do a pull down, right? We're going to do a pull down. And if you don't have a bar, then I do want you to have access to bands. If you don't have access to bands, then just give me like a bird dog. Okay, so for those of you who don't have bands, give me a bird dog. You guys know how to do those. If you have a band but you don't have a high attachment point, go ahead and attach it to something that is low. Could be anything that doesn't move. And then lie on your belly or your back and just give us that pull. So that's a great movement that is going to mimic that pull down. So those are going to be your options. So hopefully everybody has an idea of what they're doing if we don't have equipment, you don't have skills. For those of you who do, let's go here. Let's start with a single leg deadlift. Now, I'm going to use my 24, but I'm not going to start there. I'm going to start with something a little bit lighter. Just make sure we've got this. First exercise is going to be a single leg deadlift. So let's go through this. Let's just do like one little repetition of that single leg deadlift. If you are not using equipment, I want you to go ahead and give me a single leg RDL, right? So let's everybody do that, one on each side. You ready for that? Chest proud, aggressive hinge, connect, crush the bell handle, engage your lat, shoulders are square, drive the hips. So that's going to be my right leg, and then I'm going to switch to my left leg. I don't need to switch arms here. Crush, shrink wrap, drive the hips. Good. See that? Easy. One rep, right? Second exercise is going to be that leopard push-up. So if you are doing the leopard push-up, I want you to go ahead and do it. If you're not, and you're skilled, and you guys know how to push press, you guys are going to give me a push press. So let's make sure we go through that. I want you guys to take, typically we're going to identify whether you're using single bell or double bells. I'm going to show today double bells, but you could certainly do this single bell work. So you take those two double bells, and I want you guys to step back from the bell. This is assuming you know how to swing and all that type of stuff, right? You're going to hinge, you're going to keep the chest proud, you're going to hike it, and you're going to clean it to the rack, and then you're going to space those feet shoulder width apart. You're going to slight hip, slight knee, pop, catch, reset, right? That's your push press. Slight hip, slight knee, pop, catch, reset. So if you look at me from the side, it's mainly that knee but slight hip, pop, catch, reset. Okay, so chest is proud, widen the stance, and deadlift those down. Really protect your spine. Make sure your spine is in neutral. If you don't know what you're doing with the push press, just give us the leopard push-up. Super simple. And then finally, you're going to give us that floor pull, or I'm going to do a chin-up. So you know what? We're going to take a couple seconds and go do that. Like, go do a couple reps. I'm going to bang out one chin-up, right? Actually, you know what? I'll stay here with you guys. I'll do a couple reps of that floor pull. Okay, so just give me a couple reps of the floor pull, or the pull down, or one rep of your chin-up. Okay. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. So we are at about 15 minutes of this session, guys. We hit the 19-minute mark. So let's do a full 20 minutes of this. We're just going to watch that clock go, and we are going to add one repetition every time we do this. So your loads should be appropriate for you. So I'm going to go up to 24s on my push press. I'm going to use a 24 for my deadlifts. It's a single leg deadlift, and then I'm going to do chin-ups. So that's the wrap. Let's do it. Let's go. Time to work. Time to work. Let's go. Whew. All right, everybody knows what they're doing here. Chest is proud, right? Neutral spine, aggressive hinge, and let's start with 2 reps. Let's call the first rep done. So I'm looking for 2 reps. Nice and smooth. And if you do need to take a look at the exercise library for any of these movements, it's available. Know where to go. Good. The pace on this is going to be very methodical. It means that we're not trying to condition you. So take a breather whenever you need to. Here's my push press. Strong, confident. That's going to get a little hard. All right, and now we're going to do chin-ups or your back pull. All right, here we go. I can't remember how many we got up to last week. I want to say we might have gotten, no, I can't remember a whole lot, but I think we got up to 6 or 7 reps. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to turn around for you guys, but I'm going to use my left hand. Tension. And that's a single leg deadlift. Now we're working up to 3 reps. Single leg deadlifting is so good for you. You could do a regular deadlift. That is definitely an option. There is no wrong. Good, now we're on to 3 reps of your push press or your leopard push-up. Whew. Take a second whenever you need to. We're gonna be staggered in our approach, so just know that that's okay. Totally fine for you and I to be doing different things. 3 reps, working our way to 4. And we want you guys to challenge yourself, but make this doable. I'm on number 4. I'm going to face you guys. I'm going back to my right hand. This is kind of nice because you can really work at a pace and an intensity that's good for you. This should not feel as hard as like running. Definitely not. This is all strategic. Focus on tension, focus on your breath, and focus on your body position. Should be able to hear my breath. Breath is in sync with the movement. Really confident breath. Breathing is really something that we emphasize. Going to our 4-rep chin up. All right, we're on number 5, guys. Let's take a quick time check here. 25 minutes, so that means that we are 6 minutes into this little circuit here. This is an ascending circuit, so I'm on rep number 5. Wherever you are, it's okay. Strong, confident. And the progression for this particular scheme, WHITEFACE, you're typically going to change loads from week to week. If you're going to see that progress, you might be also moving at a faster clip, so you might ascend a little bit higher, right? In terms of the number of repetitions that we do. Come on, clean movement. Get that back leg up. Create tension. Whew. So notice that as we're getting up in reps, and we must have done more than 7 reps last week. So we're already done with the 5 on the single leg deadlift. Let's go to your push press. Here we go. Or leopard push up. But as you get more tired, more fatigued, watch your form, because your form will typically degrade. Whew. Go into your pulls. Number 5 for me on the chin-ups. Strong, confident. Take a moment if you need it. All right. You should definitely be feeling warmed up at this point. We're on to 6. Take a look at the aggressive hinge that I need in order to get down into the bell. If you can't give me this with neutral spine, then you have got to put the kettlebell on a platform, or you really haven't earned the right to load this movement. And you would just pattern it, right? Just that single leg RDL. You can pattern that movement. Let's not load it unless you can give us clean patterning. 6 reps. Create tension. This is a deadlift, requires tension. Hand, lat, tension. Drive the hips. Whew. 6 reps on that's no joke. I'm thinking next week I may want to go up just a little bit. Woo! That feels so amazing through all that hip core sequencing just is awesome. And that's going to help me do whatever I do in life. You know, I play tennis, play basketball, whatever, right? All that stuff is really going to be important. Whew. All right, here we go. 6 reps of the push press or the leopard push up. Come on, let's do this. Take a look at me from the side. Slight hip, just well, more knee, but slight hip maybe. Get those bells all the way up. Come on, explode. Whoo. Let's get a little chin up in here, a little pull. 6 reps, then we'll take a tiny little break. Whew. All right. We're about 10 minutes into this circuit, guys. Just completed 6 reps. Where are you guys? Take inventory where you are. Grab a little drink if you need to. This is all going to get a little harder here. Whew. I'm on 7 reps. Whew. Come on, we got this. Whew. Chest is proud. Aggressive hinge, crush that bell, drive the hips. Great stuff. Stay with the same leg on this. If you're with me, stay with the same leg. I'm sorry, stay with the same arm, but different legs. That's it. Whew. When I get a little tired, I can't even think, right? Whew. Same arm, different leg. Chest proud. Crush. Tension. Drive the hips. You should feel like it's a little bit different from one side to the other. That's very normal. Woo! So incredible. That is so awesome. Woo! 7 reps is getting challenging. All right. Now remember, we started 4 minutes late today because we did that little milestone check. We gotta make sure we account for that. That might buy us a little extra time for our second brick. Here we go. 7 reps. Come on, strong, confident, pop. Catch, reset. And those of you who are doing double bells, you should be in milestone 14 to do those. If you're not, you should be doing single bell push pressing. All right, so try to stay in line with those milestones as best you can. All right, 7 reps of that chin up. Whew. Great stuff. All right, now we're on to 8 reps. Wow. Whew. 8 repetitions, guys. You're doing great. These sessions, like I said, these sessions are 3% of your day, right? About 43 minutes. We'll let you know if we go into overtime. 43-minute commitment 3 days a week. That is strategic movement, right? You don't want to do the same thing every day. Your opposite days, you're doing cardio. Cardio is actually going to feel harder. I'm going to my other arm. We're on 8 reps. Good, same hand, different leg. Come on. Only got a few more minutes here. Woo! Wow. All right, it's coming to an end here, guys. Come on, let's get it in. If you need to take a break, take it. If you're not keeping up with me, that's okay. Listen to your body. 8 reps on this push press or the leopard push-up. Whew, I need a quick little timeout, guys. Wow. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Whew. Keep it rolling. I'm on 8 reps of chin-ups. Wherever you are, you're doing great. Focus on form. If you are doing chin-ups with me, remember, palms are up. About shoulder width. Whew, 8 chin-ups on that's no joke. Big time volume, guys. We're at 38 minutes. We got 1 more minute, and then we'll take a quick little break, and we're gonna do this last little brick. Tell you what, with 1 minute left, I'm not gonna do the single leg deadlift. I'm gonna go right to my push press, just to get it in. 9 reps. Come on, challenge yourself, but make it doable. All right, we're coming up on that 39-minute mark. Tell you what, you guys done such a great job. Let's throw in a bonus 1 minute. So let's do it. Keep going for 1 more minute. I want to hit my last set of chin-ups. I want to do 9 on the chin-ups. Come on, we earned it. 1 minute more. That will bring us to 40 on the clock. But remember, we're really 36. All right, we are at 40 minutes on the clock, guys. Wow, let's everybody take a little break, like a minute break. 1 minute break. You earned it. Whew. All right, let's talk about what we got. See the clock over there? It's on 40. So once at 41, we're rolling. It's very simple. We got 2 exercises here. We're gonna do this for let's do this for 5, actually let's do it for 6 minutes. 6 minutes straight. We got 2 exercises. For those of you that do not have load or skill, I want you to vertical jump or chop pop. Okay, chop pop is the check down, vertical jump, and I'll do that first on the first round here. I'll do vertical jump with you guys. If you have the skill, I want you to single arm snatch. Okay, single arm snatch. We're gonna do 14 first, then 12, then 10, so on and so forth. Whew. The second exercise, last week we did the single leg squat where you take a seat on something, 1 leg out, arms out, stand tall. And you're gonna give me 14 on each side on that. If you wanna do a step up like I'm gonna do it, just make sure you have the regular height. See the clock? It's 41. Let's go, 14 vertical jumps, let's go. Come on, explode. If you're fit, put something into it. Good, 14 of those. Whew. And then you're gonna go to your single leg squat. So let's do it. Everybody's on their own here. Arms out, 1 leg out, chest proud. We're gonna do 14 of these. And you're gonna do 14 on each side. So we are definitely going to be at a different pace here, and it's okay. We're just going to work hard for that 6 minute duration. And if you want to load your single leg squat, you could. I don't think you need to at this kind of rep range. But I also don't want to hold anybody back. If you want to make this a little harder, just go a little slower with the down phase. That makes it a lot harder. Whew. 14 reps. Once you get 14, switch legs. Come on, we're almost there. We can see the finish line. Team, you're doing great. You should feel challenged, but this should be doable for you. Always keep strategic movement doable. Because if you don't, your form will go, you will hurt yourself. Whew, excellent job. Okay, nicely done. Next up, you are going to go back to your vertical jump. Or you could give me that snatch. So tell you what, I'm going to transition to snatch starting next time. So I'm going to go with you. Most of you are going to be vertical jumping. Let's go right to it. Now we're going down to 12. Explode, catch the impact. Explode, catch yourself. Good. And now, Make sure you're not lightheaded. Take a break if you are. 12 single leg squats. I'm going to start to transition to 12 step-ups. So I'm going to have this platform, and I've got a fairly high platform here. It's probably a little higher than ideal, but I'm going to use it. So let's do 12 and 12. You could load this as well, this step up, but with the kind of height that I have, I definitely don't need to. Definitely don't need to. Whew. Come on, finish strong, guys. You're doing great. Stay confident. Confident breath. Great posture. Whoo! Wow, 12 is no joke, right? All right, let's take a look at the clock here. It's 45. We start at 41. We're over halfway, guys. Whew. I'm going to move to a single arm snatch. You guys know what you're doing. Come on. Working hard. Tell you what, if we can work hard for these next 2.5 minutes, we'll throw in a little extra credit for you guys, a little bonus. Come on, we're on 10 reps now. If you're single arm snatching, give me 10 and 10. First one's a swing on a snatch. King of kettlebell skills right here. Ten on one side, and I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see. Whew. Wow. Okay. We are coming up on that 6-minute mark, guys. You got 10 seconds left. That's a beast. Finish up where you are. Whew. Tell you what, let's roll this right into one more round. You got it? 1 more minute? Come on, you got it with me. Come on, 1 more minute. Come on, let's do it. Do one more exercise. I'm on 8 on my, or no, 10 on my step-ups. Whew. Wow. 30 more seconds, guys. Come on. Wow, okay. That is 7 minutes. Take a breather and let's do one little extra credit here. Let's do a 1 minute extra credit. Let's do core choice extra credit. In fact, I'm gonna encourage pretty much most of you to give me a crawl. Okay, a 1 minute crawl, just like we did, 1 minute crawl. If you want a renegade row, that's great. If you want a mountain climber, that's great. Let's go in 8 seconds. I'm just going to crawl, so we haven't done a whole lot of crawling. And crawling is the best exercise that most people don't do on this planet. Here we go, you're on the clock. 1 minute, core choice. If you are crawling with me, focus on keeping your hips stable. Keep your knees low, and you want your core to work. Breathe. We're going to be in a victory pose, guys, in 30 seconds. You guys have done phenomenal today. This is about a 45-minute session, which is right on the money. Great use of your time. 3 days a week of this stuff. Just follow the secret sauce. Follow the secret sauce, guys. That's 3 days a week of a progressive program. 3 types of workouts a week. They all have 4-week progressions built into them. And if you could do this on your own, you would have done it already. 3, 2, 1, on your back. Woo! And just breathe and relax. Stay there for as long as you want. So end in a victory pose with your sessions. That's going to instinctively close the habit loop. And this is why we exercise, to feel great. And function well, right? Just breathe and relax. All right, let's have you guys take as much time as you need right there on your back. That's week 2 of Whiteface. Well done. We want to identify progress. We actually want to do 2 things towards the end of a session. We want to identify progress, and we also want to take some time to ascend milestones and really help those milestones come alive. So if we were in a live session, we'd actually make sure that we're identifying your milestone and we are giving you the opportunity to prove that milestone. So let's go back to that progress statement. What progress did you make today? Did you maybe improve your form? Do you feel better? Do you feel more alive, more awake, do you have more mental clarity? All that stuff is really cool. Did you go up in load? Did you go up in volume? I mean, there's infinite types of progress, right? So for me, it's all about feeling my best, right? Being a better version of myself for people that I love and care for, right? Friends, colleagues, families, all that type of stuff. So I'm a much better person when I do exercise. I feel better. And also, you know what? I perform better. On the tennis court, I perform better playing hoop. I run better, everything. So that's my progress. And then finally, like I said, dive into those milestones. I'm going to give you guys some homework. Go into the on-demand resources. Take a look at how to correct the milestone that you're in. Do you have hip mobility issues, hip core sequencing issues? Do you have shoulder mobility issues? Is there a skill that you didn't do today because you don't have it? Like, for instance, the push press. Do you need to go into the exercise library, into the on-demand resources, and take a look at a deep dive on the push press so that week 3 you can do it? If that's the case, get in there, do it, do your homework. This is strategic movement. You guys did a great job today. Pat yourselves on the back, and thanks for joining me. I appreciate that you trust me with your health and fitness. And remember, I want you guys to trust the process and stay strong.